guys.
Self-esteem. That was our unit.
Sure. Self-esteem is a huge issue for middle schoolers. Yeah, they're trying to find themselves. The smallest things you could say to a middle schooler, I mean, they take it serious. Like if somebody would just call them a bad name, they might take it serious and just yeah.
Self-esteem can be argued that it's a root cause of many of the problems that we've been talking about over the course of our problem papers and our advisory units. Let's talk about when a kid has low self-esteem that could lead to trying to express themselves in ways that are not desirable, such as having sex, doing drugs. It's because they don't feel good about themselves. They feel like they need to fit in. They need to be accepted by people. So therefore, they will do things that will either, number one, make them stand out, or number two, make them feel like they're part of the group. All right, and also, doing this advisory unit, improving self-esteem. You improve a kid's self-esteem, thinks more positively about himself, leads to positive behaviors.
What is self-esteem? This was the opening. Pretty much I, just talk about what it is, self-esteem, introduce it to the class. There was a great website that I used in this that I just pretty much put on the overhead, and we just read over the website as a class, and then we just discussed what is self-esteem. It was more like a class discussion. And then knowing your strengths. I created like a worksheet where the students listed down at least 5 strengths that they knew they had, and then they had to list ways they could improve their strengths, like strengthen them, and then ways they could use their strengths to like achieve goals further in life. And then also they would share their strengths with the rest of the class, and other people would give them like ideas like how they could make their strengths stronger. And then also by listening to other people's strengths, they might realize they have those same strengths as well, but they just don't notice it after they hear it.
Knowing your weaknesses is one that I did. This one actually took a lot of thought because it's very difficult to try and encourage students to be open about what they're not good at or what their weaknesses are. And so what I did is I had an activity where they all sit in a circle, and then I would say, okay, I want you to name one weakness you have in the area of academics, social skills, and emotional skills. And what we would do is I would say, okay, pick one weakness, and then we go around the table, and each student would complete this phrase. They would say, I am not good at, or I have a weakness in, fill in the blank, and then say, but that's okay. I'm still a unique person, and I'm still valuable. So I felt like that was a good way to say, look, knowing your weaknesses is just as important, because number one, you can turn those weaknesses into strengths, and number two, you can be more open and honest about yourself. Put yourself out there. Make other people realize, hey, I'm not perfect, and neither are you, but that's okay.
Goal setting, just pretty much setting goals for like what's something you can accomplish by the end of the day, and just come up with ways you can meet your goals, and just things like that. There was an activity I had going with it. I can't really remember what it was. I think we just had them fill out. I think I just had them fill out like a worksheet and stuff, like their goals, and then ways they can meet their goals, and then they worked with a group, and the group gave them ideas how they could meet their goals and stuff like that.
And then final culminating activity for that week is the iceberg activity, which we did with Dr. Harden. For those who are not familiar with it, basically the teacher would explain what an iceberg is. An iceberg is, it's a floating piece of ice in the ocean, and the special thing about an iceberg is 90% of it is underwater. Only 10% is actually showing. And so we say, okay, well, how does this apply to people? Well, you only show, the traits that you show only represent a little bit about yourself. The stuff that's hidden, the stuff that you don't necessarily tell everybody, that really defines you in a way, is hidden. And so we would have the kids fill out their own iceberg, which says, okay, what parts of me are at the top? What parts of me are obvious? I'm white, I'm male, I have blue eyes, I like baseball, obviously. As you can see, I'm wearing my sock shirt today. Hidden stuff could be like, this is my family life, or this is something that I'm afraid of, or this is something that I really, really enjoy. And then the activity to go along with that, and this would really be something to do before talking about the iceberg, this would be what we would do. So I would say, okay, kids, look at this guy in the picture right here, and I want you guys to shout out some words that you think would describe this guy.
So,
male, father.
Father-like figure. I'm talking like personality-like. Just by looking at him, what do you think? Caring.
Successful.
Well, and then the catch is this is Hermann Goering, who was Hitler's right-hand man.
Okay, so
Literally
maybe we got
Hitler's assistant. So you can see, and then we would do something like this, where we would say, obviously you guys all knew it was Mother Teresa, but the kids might not know that. They would say frail, weak, old, dying, where we would say, this is Mother Teresa, and this is what she did for people. This, Pete, how would you describe this one? Wealthy. Poised, clean, maybe royalty-like, because this is how a lot of the kings and queens of England were dressed.
Bad teeth, because she doesn't smile.
Probably. This is actually an artist's depiction of a woman from the Bible named Jezebel. Jezebel is known by the church as the most evil woman in the Bible. I mean, she used her looks and her sex appeal to kill people. And what ended up happening to her is, the story is God sent the townsfolk to throw her out a window, and then she was mauled to death by a pack of wild dogs. So, and then obviously we know who this is, but to cover up the eyes to sort of hide him, this is Albert Einstein. But you can see he's making a funny face. People would say, "Oh, well, he's funny. He could be, not smart, not very intellectual, stuff like that." Okay, so.
Week 2. To introduce week 2, I had Oprah Winfrey come to class.
There's a reason.
There's a reason. Pretty much, her childhood, she had to fight through many things. She was raped when she was 9 years old, and pretty much her parents disowned her. And then she was raped again when she was 14 and had a kid, but it died at birth. So she had to move in with her other family members. Her parents didn't really want her. Her mother, her grandmother,
back and forth.
Yeah, and pretty much I'm just going to show how somebody that went through a lot of hardships, like a lot of the kids going through the same type of things, but how successful she's become because she exceeded.
All right, improving others' self-esteem. This is the big one I want to talk about because we actually did the activity for this in our previous class. It took a really long time, which is why we didn't do it here. But the lesson is pretty much how to improve others' self-esteem, and as a result, you improve your own self-esteem because you know that by making somebody else feel good, you also make yourself feel good. And so the activity that we did is everybody in the class took a large sheet of construction paper, and they put their name at the top, and we passed everybody's sheets around, and everybody in the class wrote something nice about that person on their sheet. And so what happens is you end up with a sheet full of compliments that you can use when you're feeling down or when you.
We had one for you.
And so
We made one for you.
we made
We
one
just
for
did this
Dr.
last
Pearson
time.
because we thought you should be included in this activity too. So this is from us. And this is something that you can use to improve your own self-esteem.
You should laminate and keep in your office.
They all laminated. How you guys laminated so quick? We just did this last class. And
Everybody hold theirs up. Everybody's got it. Everybody's got it.
we just did this last class, this activity, because we wanted to do it with our whole
laminated
class.
a what?
I know.
A bug?
We laminated a bug into it.
We have to
So,
make
it's feeling good. I was up here.
Awesome.
We have to make one for Madeline and Stephanie on Monday.
Yes.
We'll do that.
We will.
All right, so.
Amazing.
Thank you all.
We ran out of room on yours.
I'm trying not to, I want to read, but I've got
We'll
Take
finish
it home,
this up real
laminate
quick.
it, hang it up and spit in the slam bed.
Improving community self-esteem. Talking about the self-esteem of the country you live in. Also, we focus on your school, improving your school self-esteem. The major activity in this one is the kids who get in groups and make an encouraging sign, like saying "Go basketball" or "Go," this. Saying specifically, encouraging signs for the school. And then day 4 is a video.
Day 4 is go ahead and play with me and I'll talk to you guys. It's a free hug campaign. But pretty much I have the kids come up with other activities such as this that they could improve people's self-esteem. Oh, this isn't the right one. Oh, I didn't save it. That's right.
Basically, this guy is going around with a sign that says free hugs.
Yeah, but the one I have, they're actually interviewing people after they got the hug and said how they felt and stuff. But this pretty much is, the people are going around giving free hugs. The other video I have, they interviewed the people and it says it made their day feel a lot better. It just gave them, like, they're down and just by getting a hug, just really helped them out. So that's, and then...
So far he's getting denied, but then this woman comes along. And this is the first one that he gets.
Oh my god.
But like I said, the activity I put with this, I had the kids come up with the other activities they could do, such as this free hug campaign that would improve their self-esteem.
That's so funny.
So then eventually what happens is he gets other people to do it.
Yay.
Oh, Dr. Pearson. You want us to tissue? We got it covered.
And then halfway through, let's see, getting there. The cops come along and they ban it. The cops come along and say you can't do it anymore. So then he does a petition. He gets 10,000 signatures, and you can see that everybody's doing it now. So, and that's his name. His name is Juan Man. His name is Juan Man.
Wow.
Doesn't this make your day so much more?
All right, and the final, our culminating activity, almost done, guys. The time capsule. This is where, in a manila folder, they put artifacts from their 6th grade year and write a letter to themselves. And the time capsule will be put away until they graduate from 8th grade, which they will then get an opportunity to look to open it back up and read the letter, and so it's improving self-esteem. So yeah, we already did that. That's it.